don't own the rights to his music, fair use. I don't own the rights to his music. But it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. I told you guys this was going to happen. I told you guys it was going to happen. Andre Drummond is the newest LA Lakers, and it's time to celebrate. That's right. Time to celebrate. That's it. Time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate, Laker fans. Time to celebrate. Talk a little crap and then get down to business. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. It's time to celebrate. I told y'all, man. Y'all don't be listening. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? All right, let me cut that out before my ass get a strike. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AC, and welcome back to another special live stream of LA Sports Live. You guys see that thumbnail? You see that title? I told you. I told you it was going to happen. And now it's official per Woj. Andre Drummond, he still has to wait 2 more hours to officially pass his waivers. But he is the newest LA Laker, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Andre Drummond is the newest LA Laker. The Lakers still have 1 more open roster spot. They're probably more than likely going to fill that with another guard or a wing. You know, people are saying they need a wing defender, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, they still have 1 more open roster spot. And then if they choose to make a move with Dudley, which I don't think they will, but if they do, you know, that would free up another roster spot. But that's right, guys. Andre Drummond just finally made up his mind. He's an LA Laker. And, you know, I don't like to talk about other people. I don't like to talk about other YouTubers. But I saw Ticket. He just did a video talking about since when did Andre Drummond become Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, attempting to downplay this move by the LA Lakers, knowing damn well if Andre Drummond had decided to go to the Clippers or if he had decided to go to the Nets, the nigga would have did about 3 or 4 or 5 backflips in a row. But because he goes to the Lakers, it's, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It makes no difference. Anyway, all right, guys, let's get down to business. Now, you know, the cheerleading and all that other kind of stuff is, you know, it's enough of that. We got our man. Now we got to get down to business. So let's look at the LA Lakers remaining schedule for the rest of this season. This is going to be a quick video, guys, not too long, but I just want to run down a couple of things. We do have a game tonight. Oh, wait a minute. There's 2 extra games here. Hold on. What time do the Lakers play tonight? The Lakers play tonight at 7. Oh, it's a late game. Okay. So anyhow, so look, let's look at the Lakers schedule, including tonight's game. The Lakers have 28 games left. From this day forward, the Lakers have 28 games left on the schedule. And, you know I do my little cheerlead and stuff, guys, but look here. This is a tight window. This is a tight, you know, amount of time, you know, small time frame. The Lakers going to have to really get down to business. And I mean, when I say get down to business, get down to business. 28 games is not a lot of games, considering, you know, the Lakers, the injuries that they do have. Now, like I was saying, they have 28 games left in the regular season. The regular season ends officially on May 16th. May 16th. Now, you guys heard the news Friday that AD has gotten approval to ramp up basketball operations on the court. So he's doing things on the court. So his comeback is imminent. We also saw Friday via LeBron James's Instagram that he's rehabbing 24/7 and sleeping in his cryo bed or whatever that is, bio bed or biodome or whatever that is. But you guys know you guys know what LeBron does, James, for rehab. So I'm thinking AD may come back a little bit sooner, but I'm thinking LeBron James will come back at around the April 24th mark. This is my calculations based on the time frame that they given. I'm estimating LeBron James to come back around April 24th. Um, I believe AD will be back maybe a couple weeks before that. So that would let's see, that will put AD back around April 10th. So if LeBron James returns back on April 24th, that will give him let's see, 13 games. That would give, if he returns on 24th, that means at that point, let's see, April 24th, the Lakers will have about 13 games left and 22 days. So the Lakers would have 13 games left in the season in 22 days. So let's just be honest. That's a tough turnaround, guys. That's a tough turnaround. AD will have been back, about 2 weeks. And when LeBron, so basically you would say that the team should be back in full strength. The team should be back at full strength around April 24th with exactly 22 games left in the season and about 13 games left in the season. Now that's a tight turnaround, but the core part of the Lakers is still intact from last season. So they already have chemistry. The team is already gelled. But honestly speaking, I mean, I said this about the Nets, so I will say the same thing about the Lakers. They have not had a ton of time to play together. So 13 games, 22 days, that's going to be tough. But the Lakers are the world defending world champions. They're a championship caliber team, and if anybody can do it, they can do it. Now, I don't even. It doesn't even really matter where they'll be in the standings. I kind of felt like they would kind of plummet a little bit, but based upon how the team has played the last two games, look, uh, they should have won against the 76ers, and they finally did break through and win the last game. So yeah, against Cleveland. So the team is actively getting better, without their two stars. So I guess we can safely assume, I don't know how many games they're going to win, but they're going to win some. So I would say worst case scenario, worst case scenario, the Lakers, I think will fall no further than 7. And but it's really too early to say that. But that might be problematic because hell, if they fall to 7, they had to bet. Not really problematic, but you wouldn't want to start the playoffs against the Clippers. You would want at least one round to ramp up, before you play them. But whatever the case may be, so be it. Anyway, so like I was saying, that will leave them about 13 games to jail, and it's possible, but we'll see. It kind of remains to be seen what direction the Lakers will go in with their final roster spot. Avery Bradley has been mentioned as a possible candidate, but he as of yet has not been bought out, nor has he requested a buyout. And we've heard Otto Porter mentioned as a possible target by the Lakers, but like I just said about AB, Otto Porter Jr. has not been bought out either. So it remains to be seen. We'll know by this time next week, or maybe within a few days, who will be the next player that the Lakers go ahead and acquire for this final roster spot. Now, hold on, guys. Let me see what's going on in here. So like I said, tonight we have let me see what's going on in here. So like I said, tonight, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, we got the damn, what did I say? We got the Magic, and this is a game tonight that the Lakers should win. this is a game tonight the Lakers have to win because if you've been paying attention to what's going on, the Magic have traded away all they damn players. So the Lakers, they're playing at home. They most definitely got to win this game tonight because let's look at the schedule. Um, After we play Orlando, we have Milwaukee, tough game, national TV game, and then we have the Sacramento Kings. That's a winnable game. Then we have the Flippers. Those were some tough games if the team was fully loaded. And now that we got these injuries, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But based upon what we seen from this team last year, and the Lakers look, the Lakers openly admit that during the regular season, at this point with this team, they, I'm not gonna say they don't take the regular season serious, but they just Frank Vogel likes to take the regular season to explore different things, try out different lineups, and just pretty much just to practice and prepare for the playoffs. This is the mindset that they have. Um, so we've seen them win last year with this formula, and I suspect they can do it again this season. But it's going to be difficult, no doubt about it. But then again, if you're striving to go back to back, you go back and listen to all those interviews about teams that win championships, and then after the fact, if they happen to go back to back, you always hear them say about how difficult it was to win, back to back, in some cases where teams three-peated. It's not an easy thing to do. So, uh, the Lakers, before this is all wrapped up, the Lakers will undoubtedly face some more adversity at some point in time in this season. But, you know, when you're led by the great LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and you got a great coaching staff like Frank Vogel, Jason Kidd, the great Phil Handy, they're more than prepared. They're more than prepared. Um, so that's that. Now we're gonna talk about one more thing, and then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, and that's the flippers. Now, um, I'm hearing a lot of people predict the Lakers' demise, and they're crowning the Clippers as going to be the Western Conference champions and the Western Conference representatives in the NBA Finals because of the acquisition of Rajon Rondo. Now, Rondo, he played a very key piece in the Lakers championship run last season. Very key. By all accounts, most people were saying he was the third best player overall for the Lakers in the playoffs. That's debatable. I would say it was KCP because Rondo had some great flashes and some great games, but if you go back and look at all those playoff games, he had some duds too, where he was just not effective. Rondo wasn't like that every game, and in those games, KCP really came through. Markieff Morris really came through, and of course we know the great AD was right there, and he was right there side by side. He could have easily been the Finals MVP as well. And may I add, at the same time, he was playing hurt. Because remember he twisted his. I believe he he hurt his ankle. I believe it was game two. But anyway, like I said, the Lakers have the winning formula. You add a player like Andre Drummond to the team led by the great LeBron James. The main thing is the Lakers were focused last year, and I don't think much has changed. Like I said, you got a team that's led by LeBron James, and do you look at the landscape of other teams? You know, uh, are the Clippers to be feared, led by Rajon Rondo? I don't think so. because those guys, his teammates, they not reliable. Even Kawhi, low key he's still been having a great season, but he's not reliable because you know what? I don't think he can really bring it every night like he used to because of that knee. And Paul George, there ain't no need to discuss Paul George because we know what Paul George is gonna do. He's gonna be hit and miss. So I'm not really fearing the Clippers. The Nets, you know, they gotta form a damn all-star team. Just like Bronny said, you guys heard the recent comments or the Instagram or tweet or whatever the hell it was. Young Bronny put out there is like, damn, you got to have all these players to beat a 36-year-old, 37-year-old man, however old he is, in his 18th season. Damn, you need all that. You know, anyway, the Nets are no competition. The Nets will be, the Lakers could beat if they're fully healthy. The Lakers could beat the Nets head up in 5 games. And I'm gonna tell you why. You look at with James Harden and how he's been the rock of that team so far. And yeah, he probably does deserve to get some All Star votes for this season. But guess what? If KD remains, I mean, if he stays out for any length of time, and Kyrie keeps being hit and miss like this is what I'm talking about. Focus. Kyrie is not focused. Now I know he got this last leave because of the birth of his child. Okay, that's understandable. I would do the same thing. But see, he already done lost credit because his first absence, he's out partying and violating the COVID protocol and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm talking about. He's not focused. KD, you know, arguably still the best player in the league, but we don't know his physical status. You know what I'm saying? We don't know his physical status. And who is the leader of the Nets? Who is the number one alpha dog leader of the Nets? Is it Kevin Durant? I don't think so. And I'm not slighting Kevin Durant, but I just don't think he is. It's Kyrie Irving. And to me, Kyrie Irving, he just does not have the cachet. Yeah, he won a title with LeBron. He hit some big shots to help LeBron win that title in Cleveland. But to me, he just does not have the cachet to be a certain. Not yet. Now, I might be proven wrong, but he just does not have the certified bona fide cachet, to be regarded as the leader of the Nets. That may all change in the coming months, but to me, he's not focused, and to me, the dude's wishy washy. But if you, like I said, you look at all the teams that are contenders, LeBron is the one and true only alpha dog leader with the experience to back it up. And that's why I say I'm always going to roll with the Lakers. My money will always be on the Lakers. And like I told you, you Brooklyn Nets fans or Clipper fans or whoever else, if I'm wrong, I'll be here. I ain't going nowhere. I'll have you on live, and you can say whatever you want to say. Call me stupid or whatever, 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 and I'll let you say your piece. And I'm a man of my word. But anyway, hey guys, we're gonna cut this short. We just had to do a little bit of celebration, and now I gotta get back to work. Um, you guys do me a favor. Like, comment, share, subscribe right now. If you in the room right now, hit the thumbs up, man. I'm trying to blow the channel even more. I appreciate it. But if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I really appreciate it. And I will wrap with y'all later. Hit the outro.